Before this app goes away, I'm going to give you some advice whether you want it or not, and today's advice is about marriage. For context, I was married for 22 years. I got married at age 27. I've been divorced for 6 years. I have no animosity toward my ex, and I think marriage can be an absolutely wonderful thing. But here's what I want to ask engaged couples or anybody who's thinking about getting engaged. Are you planning for a marriage or are you planning for a wedding? And if you just had a moment like, whoa, I am planning for the wedding, not the marriage as much. I'm not judging. I was the same person. These are some things I wish I had thought about before I had the wedding day and got into the marriage. The first thing you should ask yourself about is the timing. Why now? Is it because you love each other and you want to commit on a deeper level? Then great. Or is it because you feel that there is a certain time that people should get married? Are you getting pressure from friends or family? Is it something societal as opposed to something you actually want to do right now? The second one is preparation for the marriage. Have you thought about going into premarital counseling to understand what it would be like to live with another person every single day for the rest of your life? And then also the legal aspects of marriage. Are you aware of all of the ways that you will be connected to this person legally once you sign those documents? The next part is all about finances. What debt is each person bringing to the marriage, and what are your long-term goals to alleviate that debt, or at least lower it? What are your spending habits? And if you have different spending habits, how are you going to work out the banking? What's your budget going to be? What are your plans for saving for retirement? What are your financial goals? And speaking of goals, what are your ambitions and goals? Have you discussed them with each other? Could your ambitions or goals require more schooling or training, which would increase debt? Could your ambitions and goals mean that you need to move to a different city or state? Is your partner supportive of these goals and all of the things that could come with them? The next thing is values. Think about things like religion. If one person is not religious and the other one is that going to cause a rift? If you're both religious but to different degrees, is it going to cause a problem if one person wants to be very involved with their religion and the other one doesn't? Think about your families. Do you believe that you need to be with your family for every holiday, or that family gets an opinion in your marriage? And then also, what type of lifestyle do you want to have? Do you eventually want to try to live extravagantly, or are you very good at being a minimalist? Next are disagreements. You cannot live with another adult 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not have disagreements. But are you disagreeing in a way where each person is heard, where one person isn't put down and their feelings aren't dismissed? Do you feel that it is done in a respectful way, where you are both heard and your opinions are valued? Even if you don't come to unanimity on your disagreement, is your side heard? Can you come to a compromise without being insulted, without being degraded, and without feeling as if you can't have a disagreement? How about intimacy? Can you have a mature discussion with your partner where you talk about things like frequency and boundaries and maybe things you would like to explore? If you have differences in that area, can you articulate what you need from your partner to bridge that gap? And the next one is kind of a catch-all, but it goes into daily life. Do your habits and routines align? Do you have the same views on socializing? Do you always have to socialize together, or can you do that separately? Are you okay with a partner who might have a girls' trip or a guys' trip? How about cleaning? What are your views of what a clean home is? Do they align with your partner? If they don't, where's your compromise? Where are you going to find middle ground on this? And in all of those categories, you have to say to yourself, can we discuss these openly? Do I have non-negotiables? Are there compromises that I'm willing to make? Remember to plan for the marriage, not just the wedding.